Hi all, it's Maureen here, Stitch Mac, and welcome back to my floss tube. As you'll see, I'm in the car. It suddenly came to me the other day, I was like, I should go back to doing these in my car. I try to do them at home, I get distracted, there's dogs barking, there's people in and out, and I thought, right, I need to start doing these again and finding a space to do it. And I did used to do these in my car, which was at my work. I'm at work, I'm on my lunchtime, and that worked well for me. The light's good, there's peace and quiet, and we were chatting last week in the office and it was like, right, okay, we need to actually start taking our lunch times again. We moved offices and we got all enthusiastic with the kitchen. We're like, right, we'll go and have lunch. And then within a week or two, you're sitting back at your desk eating and it's just not good. So this week I was like, right, I'm going to start doing my lunches again and spend my half hour either stitching or reading or doing a floss tube. So I'm back. But it's actually, I'm just going to quickly, I'll just do this just now because I was going to go back to stitching my car, but I'm feeling, oh, it's a little bit chilly today. So maybe save that for the summer. I'm going to read some books and that. Anyway, enough waffling. So anyway, my name's, if I haven't said it already, my name's Maureen and I'm from Scotland, in case you haven't guessed. And it's my floss tube channel, all about cross stitch. So I'm going to show you what I have been working on in January. Actually, the last time I did my floss tube was before Christmas, I think, and that was at the end of my World Cup stitching challenge thing that I'd set myself. And but after I had finished that, I had then gone back to working on some other stuff, and I worked on those in January as well. So it's fine. It's all the same stuff. Why is my brain going funny? Right, so I will start with, I've worked on various pieces. I'm going to start with, this is my monthly piece, Cartographica XL, or I think it might just be called Cartographica 1. It is back now on Tilton Crafts. Because at the time I bought it, it was called Cartographica XL, but they changed it. Then she brought them back out again, and there's Cartographica 1 and 2. So of course I had to buy 2. Sorry if I keep looking at it, it's just there's some people, I'm trying to find a spot. The last time I did this, it was like, our campus was a lot quieter. There was literally like hardly anybody about, so I could sit in my car and nobody's about. So I'm now trying to find a part in the car park where people thinking, what is this strange woman doing? Sorry, so if I keep looking a bit distracted, it's because I'm like, where are they going to buy me? No, okay. Right, sorry. Anyway, Cartographica XL, or number 1. Number 2, it's massive. So this is my, in case you haven't seen it before, this is my big piece. I'm trying to do 10% each year. So last year I'd got up to 20% completed. And I'm going to do a further 10% this year. So essentially I have been working on, so I think in December and January we're kind of moving over here. I'm kind of taking it right. This is just to give you an idea. That's 20%. I can't even lift it up. It's too freaking big to lift up. The other ones will be easier. Sorry, I'm getting so distracted. Yeah, so I'm working on this. This is the start of another compass, as you'll see. There's 4. I think there's 4 compass. They're kind of compass, kind of big styles. So my plan, I think for this year, I think I'm going to work like over here, because this, I think this is about the end here. There's only like another page, and then I work down the way. I might do all the bit round the kind of compass. I don't know. I just make it up as I go along, whatever way I'm working, and whatever takes my fancy. So yeah, so it's massive, but it's not actually that many colours in it, and you know, you'll see it's kind of very tonal, in the same tones. This bit here, these are the bits that tend to get a little bit, you'll see there's quite a lot of threads, not so much colours on these bits, gets a little bit confetti-ish around there. But you know, I've worked on this every month for the last however long, and I still love it. So I haven't done anything. I worked on this in January, and I haven't started it yet for February. Right, so next up was my 2 whip go pieces. So whip go for this year, I had whip go for last year. I think I had about, I did got completed some of them. I think I had about 8 or 9 pieces that I didn't finish because I was wildly overambitious, as usual, with what I could achieve. But this year, I've sat and worked it out more roughly as to how many stitches a month I can do. I know I do like 200 to 300 a day on average, give it, you know, extra at the weekends, etc. So I was like a bit more conservative with my goals. But my main goal this year is to work on every single whip. I think I managed it last year. I think I was like on New Year's Eve sitting doing like, I need to put stitches in like these two. But that's the plan. So whip go this year, the ones I didn't complete last year, I put on to this year. And I added some more in. Because there were various other challenges. I've managed to kind of find a home for every whip as such. So in December last year, this one was called. And then just by coincidence where I had, by coincidence, on this year's whip go, it got called in January as well, which was very good. So as you'll see, Mirabilia in the pictures falling out, stone roses. So I worked on it in December and then it got called. I was like, oh right, I'll just keep it out for January. And yeah, so I am stitching this on. Sorry, the Cartographica is just 28 count, 2 over 1/10 stitch, big white material. Well, white. It might have been white when I bought it. It's needing a wash. It's going to get its annual wash. And I wait for a good drying day. So this is, I've actually been okay, Purple Berry Spludge. I wonder if this was I don't know if this is I don't know if it's a monthly one. It's a sparklies. Love me sparklies thread. Got a bit of it. So it's like a purpley colour. And so I managed to complete. I actually got quite a lot done this. I'm really quite pleased because I only really had like the head and that done. But I managed to get most of the wings done. And all this little bit of colour. Obviously there's a lot of whites and greys and beiges. And then I managed to get, yeah, whoops, some of the blues that are in there. And then yeah, and then there was one card in water lilies I've used. Yeah, I had, God, see, this is where I need to write these things down. So there's 2 cannon water lilies that I needed for this. I had one of them. Don't know why I didn't have the other. I must have bought this, or else I can't have had it. I must have bought it. And they must have not had the other one or something. Don't know. It's so long ago. But I had a look and I was trying to find it and it was like £6. and I know that's, you know, the price of 2 coffees. But I was like, nah, still no. And it was more just by the time I posted anyway. Blah, blah. I just couldn't be bothered actually waiting on it, I think, as well, was the other problem. But then also, right, I looked it up, like the picture to see what colour it was, and it's 2 different, on different websites it was showing different pictures. I was like, oh, no, can't be bothered with this. I've got a million of these. So I had a good look and found Magenta Art Blue Jay. So I looked through them all and kind of thought, that'll do. It's blue. It's a kind of blue. We'll pay £6 for a few, because it's not huge amounts of stitches. I mean, that little peach colour there is one of them. And then the blue is the other. And you see there's blues further down. Sorry, I've lost my picture again. Oh my god. Seriously, how disorganised can one person be? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, believe me when I tell you there's blues in it. But yeah, I love stitching Mirabilias, and every time I get one, I'm like, why didn't you keep stitching at this? And I love sparkly fabric. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know what she does. It's just dead good to stitch on. So, unfortunately, that's it. It's out for the year. Unless I can find another reason to, if I find another challenge or something that it can get stitched on. She's away for the year. I need to go and I've actually got I've got 2 other Mirabilias I still need to get framed, my Maidens of the Season. And you know, I actually remembered on a Saturday to take them into town. And to take them into the frame, I've had them sitting there for months and months, years probably, I can't. And I'm like, always like, oh, I need to get them. And you know, I go to the framers, closing on Saturday. Closing on Saturday. New opening hours, closing on Saturday. And I was like, right, okay. So I'm going to have to wait, because it's not enough time. Like, I don't have enough time on my lunch break to go in, discuss. I mean, I don't even need to discuss them, because I just want it the same as the other frames. But get that done. Maybe there could be somebody in front of me, so I don't have time to do that during the week. I'm okay, like, I can nip in at lunchtime to pick it up, but I need to go in and have a bit of time. So I'm like, well, I'm going to have to wait until, like, I'm on a day off or something. Which isn't till, I just have had, most of my days off, I've been using them for, you know, other stuff. Anyway. Or the other option is to take it up to Kilmarnock. There's the Wellington Gallery in Kilmarnock. But then it means 2 trips to Kilmarnock. Which is not that far away, but still at the weekends it means then I'm going to have to go twice. I'll maybe try and do that actually. I'll see. I need to just, yeah. It's so frustrating. So, the other whip that got called on Whipco, yeah, was my, oh, that's right. Sorry. This is a rant. This is what happens in this. I get very easily distracted. And then remember, this is, I need to remember this. I need to print off, I've got a couple of new starts. I need to print off their front page. Mini Spirit of the Pond by Helene Belland. I'm sorry, nothing is in colour. Nobody ever prints anything in colour these days. So you just have to believe me when I say it's pretty. I'll try if I remember to actually add. I'm going to try and get better at FlossTube, okay? I'm going to try and get better and like add in details of what I'm talking about. Because I really appreciate that. Because you know that way you're half listening, half watching, half listening, and you'll hear somebody say something and you go, what? And then, what was that? You know, and then I really appreciate if they've put it in the description. Something I just don't ever do. I'm such a lazy FlossTuber. It's like, here it is. I'm not going to edit. I'm not going to put pictures in. That's just not going to happen. But I'll try and remember. I need to just do a wee cut and paste thing and put it on my clipboard and just keep it there. That's the plan. Anyway, to get back to this was my Spirit of the Pond, and I think I maybe wanted to do like 1,000 stitches or get to like a certain percentage of it. 10. I think it's maybe about 10% or something like that. It's not that way, ain't. It's definitely wider than it is long, because it must be this way. Yeah, so this is the top left-hand corner. Now, I was really surprised, because obviously you're looking at a picture, and I know, and you don't really get a full, the pictures, obviously I don't actually have the colour pictures, and even the actual colour picture of it, even when you blow it up, does not show the detail that's in. Like, look at all these colours that are coming through. See, when there's lots of greens and yellows and pink and all the tree, and it's like really, really, because I loved the picture, and it just looked a bit, I wasn't sure how it was going to translate, but I'm really, yeah. See if you see the back. Yeah, you can see there. I'm not ashamed to show my back. I don't give a flying fart what my backs look like. Ain't nobody looking at them. I'm just hoping nobody in the office is looking at me going, what the hell is she doing? So yeah, you get a much better idea of the colours involved from looking at the back of that. But, oh my god, yeah, I'm really, really impressed with this. Because you know that way. I'm sure you have had it. Sometimes you're doing, you're just like, this is maybe not coming out the way. This is, by the way, this isn't like a max colours or something. This is just the colours of it. It's just, I was really surprised at the colours involved. And again, I think I got to my goal in that. And so that's it away for the year. This upsets me. I have too many whips. I'll find some other random what have we got on this year? There's no Euros, there's no Olympics. I'm doing the February. I'm doing the February bingo on full coverage fanatics. I'm going for the full board because I'm so used to working on everything. I love working on everything. Any excuse. This was my full coverage fanatic. I think it's monthly colours. They're doing the events like each month has colour, and this month was probably was red. Might have been red or orange. I'm thinking it's red because it's obvious if you saw, not obvious from that, but obvious if you saw the actual picture of it and what colour it was. But yeah, so this is my Japanese ornament artwork by Haruyo Morita. Tsure Kame. Tsure Kame. It's an ornament, as you'll see. And so yeah, I got my gold done of this, which I think was good. And I was really pleased because I'd kind of been doing it random kind of threads, just kind of whatever I had hand I was working in. But this month I started to kind of fill in a bit more around the top. So I'm seeing a tree. I'm seeing branches of the tree and the hair and it's funny now I can see it, you know, I can see her face starting to come together. So this is actually quite a small one, you know, in the grand scheme of things. I wonder actually, oh my god, I'm so bad at remembering, but this might come back again. There's a couple, I might have been telling absolute porky. Some of those might actually, no, only full coverage, because some of these might be my bingo one. Can't remember what. I wonder if this is there was one that was to be the smallest. So it might have been that. Actually, no, I think that's an absolute lie. I think I know what my smallest ones are my story cakes. So this was, yeah, so this is classified as my other, so I'm trying to work on essentially 5 pieces a month. My Cartographica, 2 whip goes, full coverage fanatic colour one, and then everything else that didn't have a home got classified as another. So they all get a place in the year. Obviously they will, again, like I say, they were coming out. So this is my story keep. Oh, yeah, I've got some of these in colours. This is my story keep Labyrinthine spring artwork by Stephanie Law. There's 4 of them. But I'm doing them all in one big thing. And this was spring, otherwise known as Argentina. And so now I've got them all stuck in my head now as to what country they represented. This is Argentina. It'll always be Argentina now. So I had still had a few stitches to catch up from the World Cup. So I just made this my other for January. And my goal was to get to 10,000 stitches. My goal was to get 10,000 stitches last year, and all of them I managed to ton somewhere. So now spring is at 10,000 stitches. So you see, imagine just worked down. You know, this is at 30. I think that's 39% or something like that. It's like really quite. I feel like I'm achieving. It doesn't take too long to like make a difference. So this is all just on 10 stitch. That's my summer. This is, and that's autumn. That's what I'm doing. So spring has been done. Autumn is called for, I think it's my whip go. So I'm doing it as my whip go in February, and then also I think it's my smallest piece, the February bingo. But see, so my goal is to get this at 10,000 and this at 10,000. This must be on my whip go as well, I think, to get them both 10,000. And then being a bit pedantic, I'll just do like 100 stitches in that. Don't want it to be 2, just so it's worked on. Even if it's a stitch or 2. So yeah, so that's the 5 pieces I worked in January. I mean in February now. So hopefully I'll come back a bit more regular. Oh, getting cold now. 20 minutes. Woo! I'll probably in February I'll maybe come back like next week or the weekend. Don't quote me on that. Purely just because I'm doing the February bingo, and it means then the pieces I worked on that week I can come and show you and then put them away. And I'm not left with 25 pieces to tell you over it, because I think I've done that before and I get myself confused. I'm like, what is she on about? Right, so yeah, so my February plans are Cartographica and 2 whip goes and all that, but incorporating. So as much as I'm saying when I'm doing 25 pieces, that's actually not true. I'm doing 25 prompts, but I think in some works out something like 12 pieces, because there's like something that's like something with red, something with orange, something with yellow. I think my big birds and butterflies, my Amy Street, I think I can pretty much do it for everything. So I could pretty much do like 3 or 4 prompts. Sorry, somebody I know she's got in the car next to me. They'll probably just think, I don't know. I need to get stopped self-conscious and just go with it. So that's my plan. Yeah, so sorry, got totally distracted there. I need to just get over myself. Yeah, so it's not actually 25 pieces, it's like 12 pieces or something like that. And I'm not doing the counting bit, I'm just like, if I do a stitch in it, it's done. So I did do a wee new starter. So a wee new starter last night. There's a couple of wee new starters chucked in there as well, because I think I plan to work on 40, no. I had 42 whips, and to make it an even number, so I was working on 4 other whips a month. I made it up to 48, so that gives me 6 new starts throughout the year. So that works out quite well though, because it's like, right, okay, I've kind of picked the new starts that I want to work on, and as I went to like this month, two fitted into this challenge. Guess who doesn't need 48 whips in their life? Not all of them are full coverage, may I point out, as I know certain people will be watching this who have got nearly, they would have 48 whips and they're nearly all full coverage. You know who I'm talking about. Mine at least are. Some of them are small. A few tiny little ones. Anyway, right. I'm gonna go. So hopefully I'll see you. Life update. Let me think. I keep thinking I've not done anything, but actually I feel like, so in January we had 2 stitchy days in January. We had the Saturday and the Sunday, which is great to meet some new people and chat. I love seeing my stitchy pals. So we had that the first weekend. I had a wee shopping day to Glasgow with my sister, because it was my birthday. I had that the week before my birthday, and then for my birthday I went to Open for a couple of nights away with the husband. Which is the first time we've done that for ages, and we got the train. We bought a train ticket, so I said, I'm fed up driving everywhere. Get the train up. Train takes you up essentially West Highland Way. And you come out of Glasgow, and in like about 20 minutes Glasgow, you're like in proper Highland, like, it's just gorgeous. And the wee train just potters along, and it's like going along, like, you can see the road down below you, and you're like, you feel like halfway up a hill, and it's just like, it's just gorgeous. It was just, and we had a beautiful sunny day. And you're going, it was just, yeah, really, really stunning scenery. I forget how nice Scotland actually is. Yeah, you see every day. But so that was nice. A couple of days away in Oban. And then went to Edinburgh last week, so it was my son's birthday. Went to the Doctor Who exhibition. That was funny. That was good. Like that. Really like that. If you like Doctor Who, definitely worth, if you're nearby, definitely worth. It was nice just seeing like the props and outfits and Davros. I'm not happy about that situation. I'm not. It terrified me, that thing. So they have like they had like the proper Daleks, old school Daleks, none of the fancy ones. Old school Dalek, Davros, and Oods, and just if you watch Doctor Who, you'll know what I'm talking about. But yeah, it was really, I really enjoyed it. So we did that. So yeah, February is looking a bit, not much happening in February, I don't think, which is quite nice, because sometimes you have too much of a good thing. It's nice just to have a weekend, just stitching, you know. Anyway, right, enough. I'm going now. It's 25 minutes. I'm cold. Yeah, I need to go. Right, anyway, lovely to chat to y'all. Can I ask though, anyone do me a favour and maybe like my video, because I know somebody else was talking about it the other day and they're like asking people to like it. It helps with the algorithm, so maybe more than like 10 folk can watch. If you could just like, and I'm really, really bad for it myself. I watch an autoplay, so they're skipping through and you go, oh, I'm going to comment on that, and then you're 3 videos on, you're like, ah, oh, you know. So, re-comment or a like. But maybe, you know, let's try and get my brand of nonsense gibberish out to everyone. Okay, that's it for just now. Yeah. And then I was going to, yeah, God, yeah, see, I need to do this. I was going to start, because I thought, no, I need to go through the people I watch and give them shouts out, even if nobody else watching this, but give them their dues, because I like to spread the word about people I like. And I meant to do that, and I meant to write down who it was I was going to talk about, and I've forgotten, so I'll maybe try that next week. Okay, I'm away now. Bye-bye.